Hey everyone, Maya here from MaiStoryBook and welcome back to our interactive read alouds. Now you might notice that today's new video came out on a Wednesday, which is a little odd for MaiStoryBook because usually videos come out on Friday, right? Well, I do have a new read aloud also on Friday that's going to be part of the same series as this book. So today's featured interactive read aloud is The Day Punctuation Came to Town. Now that, my friends, is a very big word. Punctuation. Do you hear how many parts that word has? Punctuation. Can you break it down with me? Ready? Punctuation. Now put it all together. Punctuation. Do you know what punctuation is? And there's even a clue on the cover here. If you have started to read, my friends, or like to look at books and look at all the pictures and the words, you might have noticed these symbols in the words, these punctuation marks amongst all the letters in the sentences and words. Have you seen these before? These are called punctuation marks, and they have a very special job when it comes to words. And in this story, we are going to read and learn about what their very special job is. My friends, before we get started, do you know what the job of punctuation marks is? Why are they so important to have with words in sentences? If you're not sure, we're going to go over it, but some of you might be familiar with what they do. Today is going to be an educational read aloud, meaning we're going to be learning about some things that you might learn in school about punctuation marks, but this is going to be such a fun story about these fellas here, and I think you're going to enjoy it too, because my friends, just like how it says up here, language and learning is fun. Now, before we get started, you might have noticed in the background that there's something up there that looks kind of like what's on the cover. Oh, do you see them? They're my little punctuation mark puppets. And my friends, as we read the book, we're going to learn the names of these punctuation marks. But if you already know, you can go ahead and call it out. What is this one? How about this one? And we have two more. This one's kind of cute. And do you know this one? Okay, if you got them all, nice job, friends. If not, then we are going to learn all about these buddies and what they're going to be doing in our story today. You also might notice the alphabet back here in all these rainbow colors because in our story, our punctuation mark friends are going to meet all sorts of letter friends too. My friends, can you point to the letter that your name starts with? Here you go. Just want to see what you're pointing at. Ooh, and what is your name, my friends? Okay, beautiful name. Nice job pointing to the right letter. My name starts with this letter, M for Maya. And then back here, you're going to see these say punctuation families, and we're going to talk more about that at the end of our story. Well, I think that we are ready to get started and see what happens when punctuation comes to town. Double thumbs up if you're ready to start. Fantastic. The title of today's featured read aloud is The Day Punctuation Came to Town. And we already talked a little bit about punctuation, my friends, at the very beginning, right? And we said that these fellas here kind of give us a clue to what punctuation is. Now, do you remember practicing saying that word? Let's see if we can say it again. Let's break up punctuation first into those 4 parts. Ready, set, punctuation. And let's put it together. Punctuation. That is such a big word. Well, punctuation is coming to town, and what do you notice about these 4 different characters? You can talk about their shapes or maybe their faces too. Yeah, I noticed this one's kind of tall, and he's got like a little dot on the bottom. This one is curvy, right in the line down, huh? This one's kind of just got a little whoop, and this one's like a little dot. So my friends, there's actually some hand motions we can do that kind of go along with these punctuation marks. So for this one here, we're going to go like this. Start with your hand up top, and we're going to go whoosh, dot for the little dot at the bottom, and then yes. And you'll see as you read the story why we say the yes. But if you already know, then it does make sense. Ready? Let's try that. Ready? Hand up top. 3, 2, 1, whoosh, dot, yes. This one is going to be kind of similar, except for this one, we're going to kind of go whoop, like the curve. Dot for the bottom, and then, at the end. Already? Like this. Whoop, dot, huh? All right, let's try that. 3, 2, 1. Whoop, dot, huh? This one is like a little whoop, and with your hand just make a little whoop. And this one, we're gonna go like a little stop sign. So let's try. We have this one, our dot, yes. This one, our whoop, dot, huh? This little one, whoop, and then this one here, All right, so our 4 punctuation marks. And what do you notice about this setting? Yeah, it looks like they're kind of in the city, right? I see these tall buildings. What season does it look like? Fall, and I know that school usually starts in the fall, huh? Yeah. And we almost forgot to talk about the author and illustrator, my friends. Well, this story was written by Kimberlee Gard and illustrated by Sandy Sonke. So that means that 2 people, the author and the illustrator, worked together to make one book. And this book was also published by Familius Books. So that's the company that helped make the book and print it out and have it ready for us to read. All right, I think we're ready to begin. Let's get started. So here's our title page, has the title of our book, The Day Punctuation Came to Town. Our author, illustrator, right down here, it says our little publisher, Familius Books. And over here, I see some letters. Do you know what letters they are? There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And I see the one at the beginning and the end are the same. Do you know what letters they are? Y, A, Y, and then one of these punctuation marks from the cover, huh? Do you remember which one it was? The sh, dot, yes. One. And this spells yay! All right, and looking at this page, I see our 4 friends. Do you see them? A new family moved to Alphabet City. The Punctuations. So they are brand new to this city. And I see here a house. And right here's a sign that says sold by ABC Realty. So sold, I'm wondering if they moved into this house. And look at this little butterfly here, my friends. What do you notice about it? Kind of looks like comma a little bit, right? But smaller. So they just moved to town. Exclamation Point led the way to their first day at a new school. So if exclamation point is leading the way, point to which one is exclamation point. So this one, the dot, yes, is exclamation point. Can you say that, my friends? Exclamation point. Another big word. Let's hurry, he exclaimed. I can't wait to get there. He is so excited, that exclamation point. We are going to have so much fun. Exclamation point was always excited about something. And if I take a close look at these words, my friends, if you can take a look, and if you see at the end of this sentence, there is an exclamation point, a punctuation mark that looks like this one here. And if you noticed when I read those sentences, I read them really loud and excitedly, right? Because exclamation point is so excited all the time. Well, let's see who the other ones are. Well, question mark. So this must be question mark. My friends, can you say question mark? Well, question mark wondered what it would be like, what school would be like. Do you think everyone will be nice? Are we even going the right way? Should we ask for directions? Sounds like question mark has a lot of questions. And if you look at these sentences, my friends, what do you notice at the end of these sentences? Not exclamation points, but question marks. When she asks all these questions, the sentence ends in a question mark. Seems like punctuation marks help us figure out about different types of sentences. Excited sentences or question sentences? Wonder what's going to go on with these 2. Well, period followed, bringing the line to a close. Let's go. I'll tell you when to stop. So period is at the end of the line. So which one is period? This one right here, right? So period seems to tell everyone when to stop. If I look at these sentences, a lot of these sentences have a period at the end, kind of like a stop. Stop the sentence. We're going to start a new one. But comma kept pausing. Wait for me. please. And if you notice right between those words, me and please, there's a little whoop, comma that makes you pause. Wait for me, please. Seems like comma makes you pause in the middle of a sentence. And now where are they, my friends? Looks like they made it to school. And I see all 4 of them here, my friends. Let's see if we can remember their names. This one is exclamation part or dot. Yes, we're very excited. This one's our question mark for dot, questions. This little one is period for stop the sentence. And then way back here in the little corner is whoop, comma for pause in the middle of the sentence. And I'm noticing that exclamation point, question mark, and period look very excited, but how does comma feel? Comma looks a little bit nervous, huh? And taking a look at their classroom, my friends, what do you notice about their classmates? They're all the letters of the alphabet. What letters do you see? I see a K, Z. This one kind of looks like a C, E, and H. Looks like the teacher's an H. And on the chalkboard, they have welcome, and they have all 4 of them on there. When they walked into school, exclamation point burst forward. Hi, everyone! So excited, huh? The little letters stared. Who are you? They asked. You don't look like letters. Because they're not letters, right? What are they? Starts with a P. Punctuation marks, that's right. We're not letters, explained exclamation mark. We're the Punctuation Family. The punctuation who? The little letters were confused because all they've seen so far is other letters from the alphabet. Oh, my friends, and I'm noticing that these little letters are lowercase letters, the little letters of the alphabet, because they're still little, but the teacher is a capital H because she's a grown up. Ooh, looks like they're going to introduce themselves. I'm exclamation mark, point to exclamation mark. And this is question mark. Can you point to question mark? You're learning the names of these punctuation marks very quickly. Comma and period. We're different than letters, but we love being around words. And isn't that true, my friends? Because wherever there's words, there's usually some punctuation marks. And what are these punctuation marks and letters doing now? It looks like they're working together to make some sentences and words. The punctuations joined the class. The letters worked to make words. Exclamation point, question mark, and period joined in the fun. Wait a minute. That was only 3 of them. Exclamation point, question mark, and period. Who's missing? Comma. Why isn't comma joining in on the fun, you think? Exclamation point added excitement to words, just like what we talked about. So whenever you see a sentence with an exclamation point, you say it so excitedly and loud. Question mark asked a lot of questions. So whenever you have a question, use a question mark, my friends, because is a question. So exclamation point says, wow! Can you try to say that, my friends, very excitedly and loud in 3, 2, 1. Wow! And what letters spell wow, my friends? W-O-W. Just like yay that we saw at the very beginning, this one has the same letter in the beginning and at the end. Wow. Down here, question mark has a turn, and I see that wow and this word start with the same letter. What letter is it? A W and then a H. O spells who? And remember, my friends, when it's a question, we kind of raise our voices at the end so it sounds like a question, right? We don't go, who? We go, who? See, my voice goes up a little bit at the end. Who? When your voice goes up at the end, it makes it sound like a question. So try that with me in 3, 2, 1. Who? And period brought each sentence to a tidy end. Remember, because period goes, stop. This word here spells stop. Period. What letter spells stop? S-T-O P, like the P from Punctuation Marks. Well, comma just tried not to get stepped on and fit in wherever he could. Oh, no. So there's comma trying to squeeze in between these two words, and I see, what's this letter here? An O. Oh, no. Comma's trying to whoop, pause in between the middle of those two. Don't know if he belongs there. And what do you notice going on here, my friends? I see exclamation mark, question mark, period, having a lot of fun with all the letters, and we'll talk about what words they're making here. But where's comma? Yeah, comma's over here. And can you see comma's face? How does comma feel? Really sad. It seems like comma's having a harder time finding where they fit in with all the letters and words. As the day wore on, oh, if I look at these words though, whoop, comma began to feel smaller and smaller. The letters love making words, and I just get in the way and keep them apart, he whispered to himself. No one wants me here. My friends, because commas don't go at the end, they go in the middle. They separate some words to make a pause. Well, if comma just separates words, I wonder why comma is so important to sentences, huh? Well, let's see. Looks like exclamation point got a long word here. And this word starts with what letter? And then it's got two of the same letters here. These two must be twins. O, so H-O-O, R-A-Y spells hooray! My friends, can you say that with me in 3, 2, 1? Hooray! And over here I see G-O spells go. With a little period at the end. Looks like these punctuation marks are having some more fun, but who's missing? Comma. Inside the classroom, exclamation point was creating a great deal of excitement. Oh, there's that word again. Do you remember this one from the beginning? Yay! The letters were cheering and hurrying to make words. So hurrying means going really fast to make words. Like this one. Oh, and look at all these squiggles and lightning bolts around it. This spells B. Double O makes an ooh sound, and then boom. And oh, he's throwing period here, and this word spells duck, like dog, don't let period hit you. And these ones over here, what are they doing? Running, and they spell the word run, R-U-N, run. Wait a minute though, if I look at their faces, exclamation mark looks really excited, but what about period and question mark? Yeah. Shouldn't we quiet down? Asked question mark, but nobody heard her over all that noise. The letters just kept making words faster and faster and faster. What do you think is going to happen if they go too fast? They might get all jumbled up. What happened, my friends, because they went too fast? They all got mixed up in a big word pile. And, oh, what happened to period? Looks like she got a little squashed. Soon words were everywhere. There were so many words, they all became jumbled. Jumbled means all mixed up. Period hurried to stop them, but the letters tripped over her and collided. They crashed into each other. Oh, poor period got tripped on. With a thundering loud crash, the letters fell one after another until they all tumbled through the door, spilling into the hall. Oh no, looks like they are going too fast. I feel like they needed someone to help them pause and slow down, huh? And who might help them do that? Whoop, or a comma, huh? And there they are, spilled out into the hallway, and who is out there in the hallway? Comma. Comma stared in shock, in surprise. Oh, what is going on? The letters were piled, the words all tangled. What do you think comma is going to do? Let's see. Well, exclamation point, question mark, and period ran into the hallway. They saw the heap of letters, and then they saw comma. What are you doing out here? Question mark asked. I didn't think anyone would want me around, comma, sighed. I just slow everything down. So you have to pause when you see a comma. Comma? Without you, everything became a disaster! Exclamation point said, pointing to the pile of letters and words. Because why did they need comma? Because they were going so fast that they all tripped, right? They needed someone to pause them and slow them down. Period nodded. Slowing things down is your job, comma, and words need you. Didn't you know? When we're with words, we all have a job to do? Question mark asked. So when there's words, my friends, you need all 4 of these punctuation marks. Exclamation marks, question marks, periods, and commas. You need all of those when you're working and writing with words. So if you're writing, my friends, don't forget to use those. Otherwise, your words are going to get all tangled and jumbled. Don't want that to happen. Those are very hard to read. I add excitement! Exclamation point burst out. Ready? Let's do our hand motion in 3, 2, 1. Whoosh, dot, yes! Have a question? Question mark asked. That's what I'm here for. Let's do our question mark motions. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Shh, dot, huh? And I put a stop to things, said period. Ready? Let's do period. 3, 2, 1. We're the Punctuation family, and we all work together to help letters and the words they make. Well, the punctuations helped the letters back into the classroom. And how are the little letters feeling? Not too great, right? Because they got in this big tangled pile. But it looks like they're starting to make words again. And who do you notice participating this time? What punctuation marks do you see? I see comma, whoop, and dot, yes! Exclamation point. When the letters began making words again, comma stood right in the middle. And over here, this says Y-E-S spells yes, whoop, comma, so pause, and please. So if we say this with our punctuation marks, it'll be yes, pause, and then please really excitedly because there's an exclamation point. Are you ready? Let's try that. Pause after the yes, then end very exciting when you say please. 3, 2, 1. Yes, please. Nice job reading with punctuation marks, my friends. The punctuation marks also help you read out loud. Like when I'm reading, they tell me when to stop, when to say it loud, when to ask a question, when to pause. The letters looked confused. What are you doing? They asked. Why are you in the middle of us? It's my job, comma said. From now on, I'm going to help keep things in order and pause and slow you down. How? The letters asked. And this time, it was comma's turn to explain. We all work together. Words need punctuation, and punctuation need words. And over here, I see it says, snack time? So my friends, sometimes you can combine a question mark and an exclamation point if you have a question and are really excited or want to know the answer. So let's try to say this. It's a question and you're going to say it excited. Snack time. In 3, 2, 1. Snack time? And over here it says, let's eat, comma, so we're going to pause, let's eat, pause, letters, period at the end of that one. So let's eat, letters. Now, my friends, comma is really important here because if we didn't have a comma, it'd sound like, let's eat letters. Like, let's eat the letters. I'm going to eat a J and a K and an I. But is that what they mean? No, that's why you need the comma, that pause. That means that we're talking to the letters. So it's like, let's eat. Letters, come on, letters, let's eat. Not eat the letters. That's why punctuation marks are so important, so you know what people are talking about. So words need punctuation so they make sense, and punctuation marks need words to separate and show us what they mean. The end, my friends. What an interesting story. And over here I see all the little letters plus some punctuation marks hidden there in between. What 2 punctuation marks do you see? I see a question mark and a period. Well, wasn't that a fun story, my friends? I learned so much about punctuation marks and words and about writing and reading. This is such a great story because you can use what you learned in your own writing when you start to write sentences and stories of your own, and when you're reading, my friends. Punctuation marks help you write sentences that make sense, and they help you read sentences the right way. So you know when to pause, you know when to be happy, you know when to ask a question, you know when to stop. Okay, my friends, what part did you like about this story? Those are great parts, huh? I liked when they were making words all together and then the different punctuation marks helped them make their words exciting or questions or stop them. And I also noticed that comma was very important so they don't get all jumbled together, right? Comma helps keep things organized. Well, my friends, I want you to try. Can you try to make a sentence that ends in an exclamation mark? So something that's a really excited sentence to say. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to think, so think. All right, say your sentence that ends in an exclamation point. That means it's going to be loud and excited. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Great sentence. How about ask me a question? And this question will end in a question mark. Think of a question and go. 3, 2, 1. Great question. Now just give me a normal sentence that just ends. So any sentence you want, just say something that stops at the end. 3, 2, 1. Nice sentence. Comma's a little bit more tricky because you have to know where the pause goes. So whoop. So we'll think a little bit more about that one. Well, this leads us into our craft of the week, my friends, our Punctuation Family houses. So here are the crafts inspired by this week's story, and I'm going to start with this one. Remember, all the crafts always come in both colored versions, so you can print it out with color, or black and white, so you can color it in yourself. So this one, it says the Punctuation Family at the top, and then it has our 4 Punctuation Family friends here. So remember this one, this is exclamation point, this is question mark, comma, and period. And if you notice, these are flaps that open up. So you'll cut out your house, so glue on the flaps, and then the flaps open up to tell you and remind you what exclamation point does. Makes things exciting. And then here's room for you to write a sentence that ends in an exclamation point. So you have an example and you can draw a picture. Here's question mark. Question marks when you ask a question. Write a sentence with a question mark. Comma helps you pause in a sentence, and period ends the sentence, puts a stop to it. Write your sentences, add your pictures. So this is a great way, my friends, to practice using your punctuation marks and remembering what you use them for. There's also a black and white version, and the inside of this one also has a different option where it's just lines, so you can give a whole bunch of examples of questions or sentences with commas or exclamation points. And my friends, you can either come up with your own, or you can read through this story again and find examples from the story and copy those down so that you have plenty of examples to remind you when you use which punctuation mark and how to use it. Okay, my friends, well, if you are interested in creating this craft and for finding these characters to make your own punctuation mark puppets, and these are fun because while you're reading the story, if you want to read it again, you can hold up the punctuation mark that matches with the sentences as I read them. Does the sentence end in a period, end in a question mark, an exclamation point? Does it have a comma? Hold these up and then you can read along. Or your family member or teacher can say a sentence and you can hold up which punctuation puppet ends that sentence or is in the middle of that sentence. Another fun activity. Well, these templates and crafts can be found on my blog, MaiStoryBook, by clicking on the link below, and there you'll find everything you need to make these activities. There on the blog, you'll also find other reading resources and other crafts for other stories, so go ahead and check it out. If you do make these activities or want to share your own reading adventures or sentences with me, please reach out to me, my friends, on Instagram, Facebook, social media, blog, YouTube channel, email. All of those social media links can be found down below. I love hearing from you and hearing all of your stories. Remember that on Friday, I'm going to be sharing another interactive read aloud that's part of this same series. So we're going to be learning a little bit more about letters this time, and a very special letter. So you're going to have to tune in to find out. And to keep up with all of our interactive read alouds, please subscribe to my Storybook YouTube channel by clicking on that subscribe button so we can go on all of these reading adventures together. Well, my friends, that brings us to the end of today's reading adventure. I was very excited to read this one with all of you, and I can't wait to read our next one together very soon. But until then, Stay safe and healthy, as always. Enjoy your time with your family, and happy reading.